Ja, vi har fint musikbesök den här morgonen. Grammynominerade amerikanskan Beth Hart som fått strålande recensioner för sin nya platta Better Than Home. Hennes röst och personliga texter har gjort henne till en stor favorit, bland annat i Sverige men i flera andra länder. Jag såg henne i somras och blev helt tagen av hennes personliga prat om hennes liv och så vidare också från scen. Vi ska prata om det alldeles strax, men först. I'm honored to have you here, Beth Hart.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
And you sound amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. I love the studio. It's very comfortable in here.
You're so welcome.
Thank you.
Your new album is a great success.
Thank you.
You have been touring Europe and America.
Yeah. It's a wonderful time.
Is it perhaps the best year in your career so far?
I don't know. I think every year has had something special about it. I think one of the most interesting things for me in this year is getting to a place in my life where I'm having, I think, a time where I'm appreciating things differently. It could be too also to being older, you know. I mean, I'm 43 this year. I'm going to turn 44 soon. So I think also, you know, when you start to get older, you do look at things a bit differently. And I think you have to, you know, and just growing up. And I think that I'm appreciating things differently more than ever before. So I think I am happier. So, yeah.
The Swedes seems to love you a lot. You've
They're
been here
so
touring.
nice. Yeah, we've had such good times here. Yeah, really good time.
And you're also a favorite in the White House.
Oh, I don't know about favorite. I don't know about favorite. I wish I was the favorite. I think they got Aretha at the top there. She's
but you
at
played
everything.
for Michelle and Barack Obama. And they stood up and they applauded big time.
Yeah, amazing. We had such a great time. I honored Buddy Guy, and I was with Jeff Beck. Jeff Beck invited me to be with him as his singer. And we just had the time of our lives. I brought my husband, who's in the studio today, and my manager, David, of 21 years. And we just had a blast. Yeah, it was a blast.
That's a nice memory to keep.
Amazing memory. And, you know, I didn't even get to see the show until it aired about a month and a half, 2 months later. And I was with my mother at her house, and it was Christmas. And I got to see it for the first time with her. And she was so proud of me. And I was just so thankful to God for that moment with my mom.
Yeah. Oh, that's a very nice memory.
Yeah.
But you became a star in, I think, 1999 with the LA song.
We had a song that did well, yes.
During your career, you have experienced great success and failure as well. And you've lived a hard life during a couple of years as well. When you look back, what's the most important lesson you've learned so far?
You got to love yourself. You got to take care of yourself and believe that you're worth being happy. I think that sometimes people that come up through a difficult childhood or abandonment issues or who have mental illness, I think it's natural for them to have really low self-esteem. And going through life with really low self-esteem kind of makes it hard to have a shot at anything. And I just think it's so important to forgive yourself, whatever you think that you've done wrong, or maybe not try so hard to change who you are and just learn to accept who you are. Because through that, too, you get to learn to accept and love others so much better. At least that's been my experience, is giving myself a break and not having to be the best at this and not having to be the worst at that. And, you know, just being and being okay with that. That's a tough one, though.
But you are great.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I saw you in Stockholm this summer. And it was a very good gig, and I was also very moved and touched when you told the audience about that you're bipolar.
Yeah.
And you talked about how you handle it. How do you handle it?
Well, I have a lot of support, number one. My husband is the most amazing man in the world. I will keep looking over there. And he's incredibly patient, incredibly compassionate, and he loves me so much. My family, my friends, my band, my crew, they all have a real understanding of it. And I have a great doctor as well that I work with. And I do take some medication, but I also take a lot of vitamin therapy and get a lot of exercise. And that's so important for mental illness. And there are things that you can do that can help you to have a life with it, you know?
But is it easier for you to handle it if you're open about it and talk about it?
For me, it is. I can totally understand someone wanting to be discreet about it, of course, because there are stigmas about it. But for me, it is. And it's not because I don't care what people think. I do care. But I think that it's more important to me to get the truth out there than try and pretend like I've got it all together. You know what I mean? I think there's some karma in there, you know? It's just being willing to, maybe this guy and that guy think I'm a freak or think I'm no good, but if that one guy thinks, hey, I can get something from this and even get help from this, well, then that's worth it, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, and then also if I'm being honest about it, I don't ever get to forget.
Oh.
You know, I don't get to pretend.
Have you always been able to talk about it?
I have since I was a pretty young kid. I've always been open about my stuff. I didn't know that I was bipolar at a young kid. That became obvious later on. And after so many hospital stays, you finally go, okay, I see it. It's happening. But as a young kid, I think I always was open about whatever was going on with me. I don't know why that is, but I just am. Yeah.
Yeah, so far this year has been a great success. What's next?
Well, I've got a thing coming up with Jeff again.
All right.
You know, I just love him so much.
The blues man, Jeff Beck.
The brilliant man, Jeff Beck. And I'm going in London, and we're going to do a thing for New Year's Eve with Jules Holland.
All right.
Yes,
That's a great show.
That's going to be so much fun. And working on a new record. And then just touring, lots of touring. And Scott and I just got a new place. So, we're just so excited about it. We lived in the other house for like almost 16 years. So it's exciting to get a new place to live. And even though I'm never home, you know, but when I am, it's nice. Yeah.
You got to come back to Sweden.
I would love to. Yeah, I think we've got a couple shows coming up. Do you know when we have them? What are we not supposed to say? Okay, so we're not supposed to say. Sorry.
But you'll be coming back.
Yeah, we'll
that's
be
a
going
promise.
back.
Nice to have you on the show.
Oh my God, thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Det var Beth Hart, alltså morgonens musikgäst. Fantastisk musik.